How to overcome OCD. Obsessive Compulsive Disorder can be a difficult, confusing experience. To overcome OCD, you need a clear understanding of how OCD works. The OCD trick is this: you experience doubt, but respond as if it's a danger. Here's how it works. You experience an unwanted thought which suggests the possibility of a catastrophic problem. For instance, what if I left the gas on, and the neighborhood burns? What if I got insecticide on my hands, and my family gets poisoned? What if I got poked by a needle infected with HIV? What if I ran over a pedestrian and didn't notice? These are thoughts about catastrophes. Naturally, you want to set them aside and assure yourself that all is well. And you try. You try very hard, very repetitively, to persuade yourself that all is well. You probably recognize that the thoughts are pretty exaggerated, even silly. You end up treating the thought as if it were a mortal threat. You fight the thoughts. And you lose. Fighting thoughts is always a losing game. When you deliberately and forcefully try not to think of it. This pattern has to change if you're going to overcome OCD. How can I solve this? OCD is an anxiety disorder, not a catastrophe disorder. To overcome OCD, you need to work with the anxiety of the thoughts, not the threats they make. You're not up against the catastrophes depicted in your thoughts. You're up against the thoughts, and how it feels to experience the thoughts. Thoughts are a dime a dozen. The path to recovery involves making changes in your daily behavior which enable you to accept, rather than resist, the obsessive thoughts. The more you can accept the thoughts, and the less you fight them, the better you will do. Practice mindfulness to manage stress. Mindfulness is the ability to be fully present at the moment, accepting your experience without judgment or the need to escape it. Get plenty of exercise. Exercise is an effective way of fighting OCD stress and anxiety. It helps to refocus your mind when intrusive thoughts and compulsions arise. Experts recommend 30 minutes of aerobic exercise per day, but it doesn't have to happen all at once. Sleep well and enough. Like exercise, sleep is an anxiety antidote. Unfortunately, good sleep can be elusive for people with OCD, who have higher rates of insomnia than the general population. Avoid nicotine and alcohol. Alcohol feels like it relaxes you at first, but as it wears off it increases your anxiety levels. Nicotine is a stimulant from the get-go and will exacerbate your OCD symptoms. Reach out to family and friends. Isolation can make OCD symptoms worse, so make sure you prioritize time with people you care about. Find an ERP therapist. Exposure and response prevention, ERP, therapy helps you learn otherwise, which is why it's the first-line treatment for people with OCD.